Alright guys, I am actually just posting that I am live. I am back home. Getting all the computers up and going. Alright, so we had a few new severe thunderstorm warnings that were issued while I was just coming in the door. One for Benton County, and one for Pettis County. That's for what you're seeing right here. That's for this line of storms coming into Benton County, and this line of storms right here. It does look like there was a report of 60 miles per hour on 69 miles per hour, 1 mile southeast of Lamont, Missouri, in Pettis County from the emergency manager. So that was along 50 highway. So let's take a look at the wind field here. We also have severe thunderstorm warning out for Vernon County, and we will get to that here in just a minute. That's going to be for this line of storms over here, crossing the state line. So they've got just a few minutes. Vernon County, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. But let's take a look at this one here coming into Benton County. Check out the wind velocities. We've just had some incredible wind speeds associated with this line of storms. They have gone down considerably from an hour ago. However, it does looks like coming into Lincoln, we've got about 70 to 80 mile per hour winds. I'll be crossing 65 highway, going crosswind yet again, like 13 highway. Winds will be coming out and pushing out from the west to the east, just like this, going perpendicular to 65 highway. So any large profile vehicle, van, big trucks, semis, grain cart, this is very dangerous to be out on the highway to be hit with 80 mile per hour winds coming in perpendicular to you. So now what I had mentioned also on, these winds might not be coming all the way down to the surface. What I am meaning by that is that in Pleasant Hill, the radar site is sending out beams. And of course, through it can't send out in a straight line, and there's a lot of science behind that because of the curvature of the earth. So these rays that are shot out straight will curve, and actually won't be right at the surface. They will start to angle and be up 500 to 1,000 feet above our heads. So that's what radar is measuring right now, is above our heads. However, a lot of that wind is going to be mixing down to the surface. So even if 82 mile an hour is not completely down on the surface, 65, 70 mile per hour winds are, and they're just as dangerous. So that's what I meant by the possibility of not all of those winds are reaching the surface. This is what radar is picking up right now. So that is what this cell is looking like up here towards Sedalia. Looks like mainly south of 50 highway is about where any of the winds are at. Sedalia proper, if you live in Sedalia, Lamont, it past you right now. You're probably getting some pretty strong, gusts of 40, maybe 50 mile an hour winds. But the dangerous winds look like right now coming into Warsaw, down to Truman Lake, right along the down here. Some of these I'm not too familiar with. North of Iconium. So Boy Scout Camp is right now is safe from the strongest part of these winds right now. There is a little bit of rotation coming into Warsaw right now. It's not too impressive, but we've got about let's see here. We've got if I get my we've got about 40 mile an hour winds going toward the radar, and about 85 miles per hour winds going away from the radar. So it is pretty impressive little rotation coming into Warsaw right now. So if you do live in Warsaw, you are under a severe thunderstorm warning. My advice is to go ahead and heed this as a tornado warning. Even 60, 70, 80 mile an hour winds can do a lot of damage. With just a little bit of rotation going on here, better safe than sorry is what I always say. So at least go to the lowest floor of your house. If you don't have a basement, stay away from windows until this storm passes you. Radar is about 3 minutes behind actual time, so this is likely going through Warsaw as we speak right now. I am just going to check Coalition Efficient just to make sure that the reason I go to this radar is this will actually pick up inanimate objects at different levels. It can pick up debris. It can pick up, I'm seeing torrential rains, but I'm not necessarily seeing any kind of debris signature that might indicate that there could be some kind of circulation on the ground. So that's good news. That's one reason I use this particular radar called Coalition Efficient while I'm tracking these storms as well. So right now it looks like we got some pretty strong circulation moving through Warsaw across Highway 65. We've got some strong straight line winds now coming into Lincoln, going across 65 highway, and it's registering anywhere between, looks like 60 to 80 mile an hour winds according to radar. So that could easily transpose to 60, 70 miles per hour winds. So be very dangerous if you're out on 65. These winds will be coming out of the west, hitting broadside to a vehicle as you're traveling 70 mile an hour down 65. So on top of torrential rainfall, therefore just absolutely blinding rain right now from Lincoln to about Ionia. There's a second part of this wind bag that is down here north of Iconium, Fox Run, Wisdom, along Truman Lake, ZZ Highway. Currently, give me one moment. Alright guys, just trying to juggle all of my evening duties, getting the dogs outside. So let's blow this out a little bit. We hit Benton County, Pettis County. Let's take a look down here in the Fort Scott area, moving into Vernon County. And the thunderstorm warning is going to be for this leading edge, this Boeing segment. Let's take a look at the winds that'll be coming into Vernon County here, probably within the next hour. I'm going to use Springfield's radar site. So yeah, very strong winds coming into Fort Scott area. 50, 60, excuse me, 50, 60, 70 mile per hour winds is what Vernon County will be bracing for. All right, let's take a look at the whole picture here, guys. Go back up here to Pleasant Hill. So just to recap right now, we've got severe thunderstorm warnings out now for Pettis County and Benton County. Pettis County, I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably all in the clear. It does actually, yeah. So Pettis County is out of the severe thunderstorm warning right now. Well, it expires in 30 minutes. However, I'm not seeing any dangerous weather here in Pettis County. Benton County is just absolutely getting hammered. This very, very strong line of storms with torrential rainfall, very strong winds, has come across Warsaw. Zoom this in again. It's going across 65 Highway, all the way from about Ionia, all the way down through Fristo. Very, very strong winds, blinding rain, and it's moving off to the east. It's going at a pretty good clip, about 26 miles per hour is what this line is moving right now. So that's really the strongest cell we have out there right now in West Central Missouri. Now, I did have the fire department in St. Clair County got a hold of me, wanted to know what if it was going to be done for the night. What I am kind of concerned about right now is this line of storms right here. I'd say most of that is going to miss most of Bates and Henry County, but St. Clair County, Vernon County, even though this is slightly moving to the southeast, this part of the line is going to be going across parts of the atmosphere that has not been touched with this rain-cooled air yet, and could continue to strengthen. Right now, that is looking like a very, very healthy bow echo right now. That is coming up onto Fort Scott down 69 Highway to Pittsburgh, Kansas. And this will continue to slide off to the east-southeast. And I'm going to be watching this part from about Ottawa down through Garnett, down to Iola, Kansas, and watch this for any strengthening as it can come across Bates County, St. Clair County, and parts of Vernon County. So that's what I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Of course, tornado threat very, very, very low. There's been one tornado warning, and that was up near Lawrence today. It was earlier in the afternoon, and it was more of a spin up variety. It had some pretty good rotation there for a while. It did make a touchdown on the ground, did a little bit of damage. From what I've seen so far, I haven't got caught up on any comments, any pictures, anything. I was really concerned about 13 Highway from Post Oak down to Leeton, around Chehaui and Holden area, because it's I don't really recall seeing radar indicated winds of up to 140 miles per hour, even at 1,000 feet above our heads. I don't know if I've seen that before. So a very dangerous situation was setting up for those along 13 Highway south of Warrensburg. So I'm hoping that most of these winds did not reach the surface, that they stayed way well above our houses and structures. But it looked like the brunt of it went over between Chehaui, Old Chehaui, and that area up to Holden. So I am expecting to see some hopefully just minor wind damage from that area. But anyway, that was that was something I was really concerned with earlier. Right now, this cell in Benton County right now, man, it is packing a punch. We've got winds, and not let down any. Wind coming into coal camp right now. Radar indicated over 90 miles per hour right now. That's going to be coming into coal camp. So anybody down in the between Lincoln, Ionia, coal camp, checking out some of these winds on the latest scans. Yeah, still holding strong. Coal camp, and then it's as it moves on east, Crockersville, and eventually over to Stover, Florence, and on way over to Versailles. So if it holds together, so it is definitely packing a punch right there in Benton County. Let's see, 3. Out behind it right now, not seeing a whole lot, just some moderate rain stretching from Topeka over to Green Valley. This will be moving off to the east and southeast as well. So, 1 second, please. All right, guys. I have got, so again, just to recap, Benton County, severe thunderstorm warning for another 28 minutes. We've got Pettis County under a severe thunderstorm warning. However, I'm not seeing anything around the Sedalia area or Pettis County to be concerned about for the next 28 minutes. And then down here in Vernon County, for this Bo Echo that's moving off to the east-southeast. Looks like it hit Vernon County here in about the next hour or so. And, of course, I'm going to be watching these smaller cells. One coming into, looks like Bates County. We still are under a severe thunderstorm watch. However, once these two lines pass through the area, they will likely be canceling a lot of the severe thunderstorm watch for some of these counties here in west central Missouri once this line moves through. So we do have potential for yet more severe storms tomorrow. So I am going to sign off right now, guys. I have a gentleman out here needs my assistance. I'm going to sign off right now, and I will continue to update in the Facebook group as this line moves into Vernon County and possibly threaten Bates and St. Clair County here in the next couple hours.